Hello and welcome. My name is Alexander Orlovsky. I am CEO of this company. Let me do short introduction of my company. We provide different type of IT services. Here are examples of our work. We work in Unity 3D, work in Unreal, Java, C.NET, VPF, JavaFX, and recently Tetto Linux. And today I would like to discuss with you the current situation with Xserver in the X11, so to speak, community, Xland. Of course, Xorg was a mainstream for a very long time, but at the moment it looks like it will be no development will coming to the Xorg. Maybe some security fixes would be done, but it's can be considered as an archived project. Still, there are some forks which providing support for the older hardware. But let's look in the architecture of the Xorg. At the moment, it looks like that it has a very complex architecture, mainly because it is a legacy stuff which was inherited from the X3 project, because the first free open source server was X3 for the Linux, and after some time the X3 community had to decided to provide licensing for the X server, and it was not good, and some part of the X3 community broke away and the project Xorg was created. After recent years, Xorg had to develop, but it is basically considered well-tested, very battle-tested technology, which used for like, I don't know, 20 plus years. It is complex, and people in the Xorg community always wanted to upgrade it, to modify it, and as we know, some folks still using some sort of a version of Xorg. We at Orlovsky Consulting GBR, we can provide you commercial support if you need to add some stuff into your Xorg or fix some bug in your Xorg server. But at the moment it looks like that Wayland project, a continuation of Xserver in Linux, is most used one. Here you see simple architecture of the Wayland. It is pretty clear it's much superior than the Xorg. And Wayland supported by many biggest distribution. It is highly maintained by the people, but it has certain issues like any other Xorg server. And of course, Orlovsky Consulting GBR providing support for this Xserver too. Then there exists XLibre project. Again, it is a natural evolution of the stuff. Some part of the Xorg community of developers decided to split apart and do own thing, and they continue to support, to develop, to enhance their version of Xorg. They call it XLibre, and of course it is used, but it is not used like by bigger distributions. It's used by smaller Linux distributions, and it is need to be battle tested. I mean, it's need to be widely adapted in order for the commercial use. And it looks like GNOME and KDE won't support this Xserver, so I expect maybe some forks of the GNOME project or KDE project would use XLibre. We at Orlovsky Consulting GBR consider this Xserver as a like second option for any client which want to use Xserver in Linux. So I imagine if you have all the X11 applications which you want to port only into XLibre, you can use XLibre, and if you have no plans for Wayland, I would understand that, because it requires resources to port applications to Wayland X server. And if you don't have required resources, you can try to use your applications with XLibre. And there exist enough distributions which provide XLibre experience. And again, I consider this server as viable option for the Linux distribution. Now, what we decided to do in our Tetto custom Linux distribution, because of the widely adaptation of the Wayland, because of many bigger Linux distributions using Wayland, because many other bigger window managers using Wayland, I decided that our distribution, Tetto Custom Linux, would use only Wayland X server. Why? Just because it seems like community prefer to use more Wayland at the moment. It may change, but for the foreseeable future, our investments go into the Wayland. And additionally, I would say I did give me enough time to think about. I have done a lot of polls, voting, different social networks, and I see clearly people using and wanting to use continuously in the future Wayland. Of course, there is no silver bullet. Wayland has issues and XLibre has issues. In any case, I consider this not good, because the losing party always will be the users. Because users who prefer to use more like X11 apps, native X11 apps, they would have experienced some issues, and people who already switched to Wayland, they probably would miss some features from the X11. But I think Wayland is able to pick it up where X11 have done the work. It just takes time to develop the missing features and prioritize them for the Wayland. And my company, we will be definitely helping Wayland developers to reach that point. Definitely we would gather feedback on our Tetto custom Linux distribution and providing solutions for the Wayland developers. That's actually my goal too. But if you consider switching to Wayland, you need to test your current applications which you use in your Linux distributions. Feel free to contact me and my company via provided links. And that's basically it. Orlovsky Consulting GBR decided to use Wayland as a main X server in our custom Tetto Linux distribution, and we're doing this because it seems like probable feasible in future rich solution, which adopted already by many other bigger distributions. So folks, thank you for watching. Here are final results. Thank you so much. Bye bye.